And gentlemen, children of all ages, today I have a special guest on Krueger with a Thought, and she is a cosplayer.
Hi everyone, my name is Alyssa. I go by the Caffeinated Cosplayer.
I have been friends with Alyssa for the past few weeks, and she has been a really cool person.
Thank you so much. You've been really nice to talk to.
Right. Thank you so much. I deserve that. She has been cosplaying a lot of famous characters. What characters you cosplayed as?
So I've cosplayed as Nora from Ruby, CL from Black Butler, A2 from Nier Automata, and just recently I cosplayed my all-time favorite anime, Princess Tutu. I just recently cosplayed her at AB, and the outfit was made by Cole Waller. He's an amazing artist.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Ruby fan.
Yeah.
So, I just wanted to talk some Ruby with you. Because this is our third attempt with the podcast, I gotta ask you the same questions.
So that way fine. At least I know how to answer them.
Right. Okay, so, you know how in... Okay, so, like I said, in season 6, because they defeated Adam, Yang, and Blake, why do you think Yang... She does feel sorry that she shouldn't judge Blake in her loyalty, but do you think she should give up... do you think she just puts her loyalty way too high up, or does she need to realize... this is just sort of a real... thing that's kind of not confused me, but kind of I'm crossroads with should Yang give up loyalty for friendship, or should she not put her loyalty way too high up?
I don't think she should get rid of her loyalty, but she should definitely realize the people that have been loyal to her but are also loyal to other people.
Right. And I do think Yang would apologize to Blake by saying, I'm sorry, I questioned your loyalty, I'm sorry, I wanted to give up on you, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Because Yang can own up. She can own up to anything, and I think that she wasn't being mean. She was just hurting, and she just needs to learn that, do you think that she can, explain to Blake why she's way too loyal, and then Blake can understand?
I don't really know if Yang would actually be able to put it into words. You know what I mean? That, I feel like that's one of those things where it would just be a really hard thing for her to explain. She might not even know why loyalty is such a big thing to her, you know?
Well, I think maybe...
Other than her mom.
Yeah, maybe she should... maybe Shao has something to do with it, her dad, and also Ruby's dad.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think Shao, did anything wrong to make... Shao can I think Shao, if Shao can take responsibility, I know he can, because we've seen it.
Definitely.
Why can't Yang just explain to people that there's a reason I take my loyalty very seriously?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just I haven't been able to figure out a way why, so maybe she hasn't been able to figure, a way how to explain it, put it into words. I feel like she knows, but I don't know if she can actually,
talk
say
to somebody.
This is the reason why, you know? That's such a hard thing for just people.
Yeah.
So, it would be nice to see her try to explain it. I would like that.
Also, yeah. Also, let's talk about Ozpin. I think with Oz, it's more of I think he can own up and admit why his trust is not there. But I think it's more of he just needs to admit he doesn't have he has trust issues. Why is it so hard for him?
Oh yeah.
Do you think there's a reason?
Well, I mean, the whole thing with Salem is definitely something that's just gonna make him not trust people. But I mean, he's been alive for so long, and we don't even know like how many people have he trusted in and just wasn't able to, like they backstabbed him or something.
Yeah, but it doesn't excuse, it doesn't excuse not trusting people.
It doesn't really excuse it, but it does explain it.
And
like it's not a great thing, but like putting it into perspective, the amount of people that he might have trusted and they turned their back on him would just make it hard for him to want to do it again.
I think, but I'm just right. But right now, running away from the issue and avoiding avoiding Ruby and the others is not going to help.
Definitely, yeah.
It's just maybe he just need, like, why can't he just admit it? Is it because of pride, or is it because he knows he has the issue but he doesn't want to do anything about it?
Probably pride.
I think he can own up.
I think so.
The only way he can get into a physical, like a extreme verbal argument with them is if they mention his relationship with Salem, or if they accuse him as a bad person, because Ozpin's not a bad guy. He knows he's not. Okay, maybe it's more of the Salem thing. Maybe the bad guy thing would just make him feel a little, not prideful. Or maybe just ruin his confidence.
Yeah.
So I realized that maybe in the next few seasons Raven can get some development, but we don't know that yet.
I think it's possible.
Because I think with Raven it's more like she gives up on everybody. Like it's extremely like when she has a bad experience, she can't get over it. And every time when she does that, she gives up on everybody. And the thing is that Raven should not give up on family or her friends just because of her bad experiences.
Yeah. I feel like Raven's definitely... She's just out there for herself. She doesn't care about anyone else.
And if Yang gives up on her and says, if Yang doesn't want anything to do with her, then Raven deserves it. She should have been loyal to Yang or other people.
Yeah.
Maybe this can teach Raven some maturity.
Well, yeah, she definitely needs it.
And here's another... So, like I said, I have a character named Derek. Derek doesn't like Raven because, his family ditched him, so it's more like... There's this one line Derek says this: "I'm sorry you care more about your stupid tribe that, by the way, nobody cares if you're the leader or not over your family, because it shows that you're pathetic, useless, worthless, and otherwise a worthless bitch who can't do anything right."
Wow, that's powerful.
I think Raven would probably get hurt at this point when Derek says that, because, I think there's a reason why Raven doesn't like Ozpin. It's not because of Ozpin's past mistakes. It's because Ozpin got Crow on his side, so it's more like Ozpin took something away from her. I also agree with you on Crow, Maybe Crow is defensive. Maybe, yeah, he's defensive. Because I think, here's what I'm going to say, and I don't want to accuse any depressed person, but when people are depressed, they latch on to people.
Yeah.
And Crow is depressed. He's not an adult. He's more of a teenager inside of an adult's body.
And he's an alcoholic.
Right. Okay, well, but the thing is, well, Crow. Okay, I just gotta put my words in my right now. Crow needs to get off. Crow. I think with Crow, it's more like he latched on to Ozpin because he had nobody, even though he had a family. I think with Crow, it's more like I think he just needs to admit that he worships people. He just needs to admit his own flaws and weaknesses. But because because he's so depressed and so he would get really defensive and said, "Well, maybe if people didn't see me as a curse, none of this wouldn't happen." But he needs to realize that, yeah, you may have a reason to do it, but it's your choice at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, remember, he sees himself as a curse.
But others don't. So, yeah, so I hope I get to meet the cast of RWBY some other day.
That'd be really cool.
I'm good.
I heard they're really nice.
They are. I do. So do you have a favorite voice actor? Or actress?
Oh, God, I'm so bad at that. Like, I don't actually know, like, who's who. Whenever I go to cons, I have to, like, look up almost every voice actor and be like, okay, do they play a character that I enjoy? It's so funny every time. Oh, yeah, I don't have one.
I have a lot. I also you do a really good Nora.
Yeah, thank you so much. She's so fun to cosplay.
I also think so I learned that some fans that have bad experiences really get hurt, and when they get hurt, they just feel pain, and the best we can do is just leave them alone and just let them handle things on their own.
Yeah?
Yeah, I had to learn it the hard way. I couldn't help I tried to help a fan that went through a bad experience because there was some toxic RWBY fans that just, attacked him, and I don't think he's a bad guy, just maybe I just see the thing is that when people say I quit the fandom, I hate the fandom, it's toxic, it does offend me because it's like you're saying I'm toxic too, but in reality I'm not. But I do need to get over that.
I mean, like, unfortunately, every fandom has its toxicity, because there's just some, like, really mean people out there.
Right.
And I mean, I haven't really had many people be mean to me, like, to my face, but I have online, because that's just where everyone does it. And I usually just laugh at it.
Oh. Some people...
Like, think about it this way. Here's the best way that I can explain why I find it so funny, and I found that this helped some people. Someone is literally going out of their way, spending their time to write one mean comment that literally means nothing. Like, they are wasting their time just to be mean, and isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Like, think about it. They could be doing something fun, right? Like playing a video game, or watching new anime, or working on a cosplay, and instead, they're wasting their time being mean. So, in that small second, that you read a mean comment, or hear something mean, it only lasts for a second. And then you can go do something unlike them.
Nice! I would like to I can see what you mean. And I can see what you mean.
It's worked for me.
Yeah, I just hope the guy gets better, and if he quits the fandom because of that, I don't blame him, and I can respect that.
You can still love a show without having to be a part of a fandom, too.
Yeah.
So, while he might not want to talk to those people, he can still love and enjoy the show, you know?
Right, and I need to learn to help other people. I can't defend the whole fandom. That's the thing. And that sucks.
And you don't have to.
I just want, because it's just my experience is different. You know, I think a lot of RWBY fans, with the exception of toxic fans, are nice people. I met them.
Yeah.
And
you can always explain that. Just remember that, unfortunately, there's always that one person, you know?
That likes
and
to
it's,
ruin
it's
everything.
Everywhere. It's in every single group. Not just the RWBY fandom.
Right. So I also need advice. How do you feel left out when you don't go to a convention? Because I went through this week, last week, and I was kind of jealous of some of my friends because they get to go.
Well, I get really sad when I can't go to a con that I love going. This past year, I wasn't able to make it to AAC because there was just a bunch of stuff that was happening, unfortunately, with the hotel system, and I was in a bad spot financially, so I wasn't able to make it. And a lot of my friends got to make it. You know, it was sad, but really, the thing that I do is I just look forward to the next con. Be like, oh, I can't go to that one, but I am going to this one.
Okay. Because I admit to my friends I was jealous, and they understood. And they said, you know, it's okay to feel like that. You can't stop how you feel. But what I can do is let that thing become motivate me. And make me feel like I can go to another convention this time.
There's always another con. There's always next year, you know?
I also wanted to say that my dream is to be a voice actor, and I want to be like them, go to conventions and spread happiness towards my fans and see what the people I inspired to do with them.
That'd be really cool. Then I could say I was friends with you before you were famous.
Well, you're always going to be a friend of mine. In fact, I have a lot of friends that are cosplayers that I respect. Because
really cool.
I think cosplayers are some of the best people I've known. And and yes, I know there will be that one douchebag cosplayer.
There's always one.
But I'm not gonna let the one bad percent get to me.
And you shouldn't. Just laugh at them.
Yeah, exactly. So
and then it's even funnier because then they get mad.
So I also wanted to say that being friends with you is a really good experience because I get to see that people in cosplayers are just like us normal fans. You guys have lives. You guys have to deal with real life stuff as well. And
yeah.
I also wanted to say to people, so yeah, I understand that. I also wanted to tell you future projects.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna do a review of Teen Titans Go, but it's not gonna be one of those reviews where, oh, you know, everything sucks. You know, let me give you something that I used to be that fan that I still hate Teen Titans Go, but I hate it more in an execution way. I don't hate it because, oh, it ruins the original show for me. In reality, here's the thing. When you have a show that's based off another show that's not good, or you're a fan of the original show, or in this case, a bad movie based off that show, just remind yourself it doesn't ruin your experience with the show. With the original show.
I can agree. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Titans Go, but like them making another show about Teen Titans isn't gonna ruin my experience with the show before. Like, I still love the show, but that's not gonna change because this, like, in my opinion, bad-looking show came out.
Right. So, right. Right. So, everything I... So, like, everything I really... So, the thing is that I think Teen Titans Go's biggest problem is its execution. That's it. Because that's it. That's what I think. And here's the problem. Imagine a show that was bad was executed better, very good. Would it get a lot of good praise? And I say, yeah.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Like, here's a good example. Imagine if, let's say, Ed and Eddie was badly done. It would have gotten a lot of negative praise. And it would have been canceled. Well, except some bad shows don't get canceled. But you get what I mean.
I mean, most of the people that would be complaining about that would be parents, though.
Parents, even though I love parents, but they kind of suck sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
No offense. But I'm gonna...
no, parents are used to that.
But what I want to say is that with Teen Titans Go, if it was executed well, it could have been better. And I also want to say that I don't hate the creators, Michael and Aaron, as people. Or as content creators, because their other works are good. It's just Teen Titans Go isn't their best work.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like what they did was good for the audience that they were bringing it to.
Right.
You know what I mean? They weren't aiming it towards the people that watched the original show. They were aiming it for the kids. Well, mainly, it went to a Cartoon Network. Yeah, Cartoon Network.
Right.
It's the children that were watching around that time. I think technically Teen Titans Go comes out a lot earlier in the day than the original Teen Titans used to come out. You know?
Right.
So, like, they made it look more colorful. They made it bigger characters. You know what I mean? To hold the interest. And so I fully agree with how that they made it pertaining towards their demographic, but oh god, it just looks so bad.
Right, but I think Teen Titans Go has hard work into it. It's just...
Oh yeah.
But the thing is that I'm also going to do a rant about how just because somebody doesn't take criticism doesn't make them a bad person. It's just they have a social skill. We can all agree that taking criticism is a social skill, right?
Oh yeah, it took me a very long time to get over when people would like constructively criticize me. Like I had to like not take it so much to heart and take it more to my mind.
Right, and I'm gonna say this, that just because Michael and Aaron don't take criticism does not make them the worst people in the world. They need to do things that are terrible to...
Yeah.
Right, and I understand, yes, they made Teen Titans Go, but that doesn't make them bad people.
Not at all.
They just made a bad show. And they also have made other good shows. It's just this is not their best... So, I want to say that... Here's also, I like your Pantheon cosplay.
Oh, thank you. She's super fun to play too.
I'm more of a fan of
stockings.
stockings.
Recognize her.
I'm more of a fan of stockings.
I have a friend that cosplays stocking with me.
I want to meet her one day. Is she nice?
Yeah, they're pretty nice.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
I go to cons with them. Literally. Almost every con that I go to, like, this person's, like, one of my closest friends.
Okay, what's her name?
Wow, sorry, this is a very confusing thing.
Sorry.
No, it's just, their cosplay page is Ash Gray, I believe.
Ash?
A-S... Yeah, hold on, let me look it up, make sure I'm spelling this correctly. Yes. On Facebook, they are Ash Gray, Ashe Gray with an E.
That's awesome. I, that's cool. Thank you. I also wanted to say that do you have a favorite? What's your favorite animes? What's your favorite? Do you like comics?
Uh, I am a fan of comics that have been adapted into TV shows and movies. I never actually got around to reading comics.
Shazam, I heard was good.
Yeah, I heard that was pretty good. A friend of mine just recently watched Captain Marvel too.
Right. I hope you cosplay as Harley Quinn and Ivy one day.
That'd be fun.
I ship them a lot.
Oh, everyone does.
I want. One day I'm gonna make a movie based off their relationship, or maybe an animated series based off their relationship. But
You should do a series that would make you more money.
yeah, I can. I also wanted to tell you that I love wrestling. And if you don't like wrestling, that's totally fine. But you know why I like it?
I used to actually. Back when I was in like middle school. Oh God, who did I? Triple H.
Triple H.
Was that the one with the long hair?
Yeah, he's
him.
He shaved it because he's growing up, you know. And he's a great.
I haven't watched wrestling in so long.
He's a great he's a great booker. Like booker means writer in wrestling terms. And he really cares about his fans, because without the fans they wouldn't made him. So he really respects them. But what I'm going so I'm making a series based off. See, I love Scooby-Doo a lot. In fact, Scooby-Doo got me into animation a lot when I was little. And I love What's New Scooby-Doo, and I like that episode where like the characters, like I like the Scooby-Doo wrestling episodes, not the movies, because the movies they're not the worst, but they could have been better. So here's the thing, like I liked the episode where Daphne and Velma just pretend they're wrestlers, and I was like, this could be a good comic book series. It's called Daphne and Velma versus the Universe.
That sounds cool.
It's about them becoming part of. See, in this universe, the most famous American wrestling league is a women's team wrestling league. You know what's it called? Omega Women's Wrestling. And Daphne and Velma become wrestlers, and it's out of the formula. I will admit it's this out of the formula Scooby-Doo thing, but I don't care. I want to do this, and I'm gonna send it to Warner Brothers, and I just hope this idea goes good.
Yeah.
I love. So I came up with this character for Ivy and Harley if they ever become like this, like parents. His name's Leaf. He's sort of this really nice little kid. Sort of this intelligent little kid that Harley and Ivy just adopted. You know,
like an orphan.
Yeah.
Or street urchin, or
street
whatever
urchin.
they refer to him in Gotham.
Right. But that's the thing. So Harley and Ivy decide to adopt them, and now they gotta learn to be parents, which is not something that you would think they would do.
Well, isn't technically Harley Quinn a mom in
Yeah.
the comics?
Yeah, technically she is. So maybe this could be something. Maybe this could be something kind of cool. So I also want to say that you are a great friend, and I hope I meet you one day in real life.
Thank you so much.
Sorry, that sounds weird.
No, not at all. Maybe we'll meet at a con.
If I can travel a lot, I can only travel to the Southwest because no, not the Southwest, the West, because I live in Utah.
I mean, I do live all the way over in Connecticut. But I don't know. I've always wanted to go out there sometime to like hit up those cons over in California.
My brother Keith went to Yukon.
Wow.
Home of the Huskies.
Yeah.
And he's really a cool guy. So I'm doing voice acting for Sonic X uncut dub. This is the dub where 4Kids has nothing to do with everything because 4Kids, other than their voice actors, suck.
Mm.
Okay, to be honestly fair, here's this: their voice actors are awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever met a 4Kids voice actor? They're really nice.
I don't think I've ever actually met a voice actor.
I met Veronica Taylor, the girl who did the voice for Ash on the 4Kids dub of Pokemon, which, by the way, is their only dub that they gave a shit.
Yeah. I mean, it's Pokemon.
Right.
Although, it always makes me want jelly donuts.
We all know it's rice balls. But anyways, I love this. So she's really nice. She gave me good advice.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? I'm gonna take that advice. But anyways, I played one of the characters. His name's Danny.
Mm-hmm.
He's okay to describe, and I'm not gonna offend anybody. He's the token black kid, but he's not a stereotype.
Okay.
It's a joke. It's where it's just I don't want to offend people because a white kid is playing a black dude, or in this.
I mean, I can understand that. I have a cosplay I really want to do, but I'm too afraid to do it because the character is a black female, and I'm afraid that people are just gonna like.
It's from the Princess and the Frog.
Yeah.
She's
Tiana.
Tiana's a really good character. She's very hardworking.
She's my favorite princess.
And you know who you can cosplay as? Marina from Brave.
Yeah, I don't really like her though. That's the problem. I don't really like that movie. Although I do have a friend that cosplays her, which is really cool.
Also, you should cosplay as Shigo.
Yeah, I saw a pretty cool.
I also wanted to tell you that I'm getting along with the people that make the dub, and it's really fun. You know why? Because I get to be around other Sonic fans.
Yeah, that's gotta be a lot of fun.
And I also want I asked the girl out today. Her name's Neko. She's really nice.
Yeah.
And
I guess.
And she already has a boyfriend, so I was. But I didn't take. I took it well. It's not a big deal. Well, if she said yes, it would have been a big deal. But she's still my friend.
And that's all that matters.
Yes, and today, and I also like the picture with Nora where her face is like side, and like there's like an ocean in the background, water in the background, in a factory, I think. It looks so beautiful. Whoever took that picture, you are great.
Thank you so much.
And I also just want to say is that having you on the show has been really fun, and you have been a great guest next to my friend Mink. You should also meet Mink.
Mink the Satyr cosplay?
Yeah.
I know her.
She's so nice.
She is so nice. Oh my god.
She's a great friend. She's so kind and nice to everybody.
She really is, and her costumes are beautiful and amazing. She is such a talented cosplayer. I strive to be as good as her sometimes.
I have a cool idea for a Pokemon cosplay she can do.
Yeah.
It's a Warrior Queen Beedrill.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Beedrills are weird Pokemon. They're giant bees.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see that. I hate bees. Well, I like bees. I hate hornets. And Beedrill is based off of hornets, not bees.
Want to know what my favorite Pokemon of all time is?
What?
Teddy Ursa.
Aww.
She's so cute.
Do I even have a favorite Pokemon? Oh my god, there's so many of them.
So I made a Detective Pikachu joke. Do you know what that is?
What?
Okay, if the movie sucks, let's have nothing to do with it. Okay, I know the movie looks nice, but it can be one of those movies where it looks incredibly nice, but it can suck at the same time.
Detective Pikachu?
Yeah.
It looks adorable, but I don't know if I want to watch it.
It looks nice, but if they screw it up, then great. That means no more live-action Pokemon movies that can be good. Maybe that is a good thing, but I don't know.
Yeah, like, I don't know, like... The Pokemon look cute, but they look terrifying at the same time.
Well, it's realistic.
Bulbasaur. Oh my god, those Bulbasaur. I almost died when I saw that picture. Like, they were so
Yeah.
cute.
Well, if I always wanted to make a Pokemon movie or a Digimon movie, but anyways, I want to say thank you for coming along in this podcast and talking to me.
Yeah, thanks for having me again.
This is Krueger with Doc. Say bye.
Bye.
You are.